Walking back to the truck, and there she sits, plain as day. Pick it up where you can see it. Alright, we are back at it today. We're at the old mental asylum, giving Russ and my dad the tour. Neither one have ever been here, showing them what it looks like. I'm going to show you where we're going to be looking at today with the metal detectors. You can see the column way back there, that cotton field. That's where we're going to look. This used to be the Cherokee plantation, so we're going to be looking for some really old coins, maybe even some tags. You never know what you'll find. It's pretty neat. We're on the 3rd floor right now, so there's going to be some cool stuff hopefully that we can pull out today. Oh, there we go. That's a better shot. You can look out there though. That's what we're going to be looking in the cotton fields. Sadly, there's still a ton of cotton on there, so it's going to be hard to swing the detectors, but we'll see what we can find. So I'm pretty excited to see what we can pull out. There you go, Russ waving at you. We're going to see if we can find anything in here. I know that there was a group dig in one of these fields here about a week ago, so we're going to be picking up the remnants, if you will. But I have a feeling that we might find something good. So y'all hang in there and let's see what we can pull out. Alright, I've got my first interesting find of the day. And it looks like it's a big piece to a plow. So we'll take that, carry it out of here, and we'll keep on going and see what else we can find. I'm starting to hit some nails and stuff, so I think I'm getting into an area that's going to be a little bit more infested with some metal that we can find. So let's see what we can come up with. Making our way across the fields. It's been relatively quiet. Not sure if it's been picked over or not. We'll find out though. We are kind of dividing and conquering. We're trying to find a hot spot in the field. Putting a few rows in between us. We're going to go over to this side. If all else fails, there's about 4 or 5 more fields that we have to hunt, so we can always move from this one to the next one. But with that building sitting right there, it's really hard for me to believe that there's not going to be anything out here. Anyways, we'll keep on going and see what we can find. Alright, we've swapped fields. We got Russ on the far side, my dad on the back over here. I look down and I see a nice piece of flint down here. So let's see what it is. Looks like it's gonna be a nice bottom. We'll take that. Keep on going, see what else we can find. Alright, so I walked a little bit further, about 10 more feet, and it looks like there it is right there, laying right on top. Literally the fields have grown up though. They're doing some kind of like plug planting now, and they're not plowing, so we're having to just kind of pick these rows to go in between. They're metal detecting, and I just really wanted to find an arrowhead because it's been a little while, so I got to looking. I'm gonna go ahead and pluck this where y'all can see it. Definitely worked. Looks like it might have been a side to one, or maybe the top. We'll take it, keep going, see what else we can find. Dad just picked this up. It'd have been a nice bird point. Tip's gone, but still, that's the beauty out of gray flint, which with all these gray leaves on the ground, I'm not sure how he picked it out, but he did. Still nice. We're gonna spend a few more minutes here and so we can pull out of here. Walking back to the truck, and there she sits, plain as day. Pick it up where you can see it.
That might be a whole one.
No, bottom's gone.
Let me see.
Yeah, I can tell it is. It's nice though.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a nice one.
But if it had just a little bit more to it, that's alright though, we'll take that. We're about to head over to one more field, and it's gonna, we did some detecting here, found a couple bullets, but that was about it. The next field is just gonna be arrowheads, so we're gonna see what we can come up with. Alabama's Native American history can be traced back all the way to the Paleo-Indian period. Cultural and technological developments brought changes to the societies that inhabited what is now Alabama, as they transitioned from the Paleo-Indian to the Archaic, to the Woodland, and then to the Mississippian cultural periods. The Mississippian people are best known for the remarkable earthen mounds they built throughout the southeast, and Alabama most notably at Moundville. In this video, we are in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, which is named after Chief Tuscaloosa, who was a paramount chief of a Mississippian chiefdom in what is now the U.S. state of Alabama. His people were possibly ancestors to the several southern Native American confederacies, the Choctaw and Creek peoples, who later emerged in the region. Tuscaloosa is notable for leading the Battle of Mobila at his fortified village against the Spanish conquistador Hernando de Soto. After being taken hostage by the Spanish as they passed through his territory, Tuscaloosa organized a surprise attack on his captors at Mobila, but was ultimately defeated. Contemporary records describe the chief as being very tall and well built, with some of the chroniclers saying Tuscaloosa stood 1.5 feet taller than the Spaniards. His name is derived from the Western Muskegon language elements, Tasca and Losa, which means Black Warrior. As many know, the Black Warrior River runs through central Alabama with a total length of 178 miles and is also named after this chief. By the 1830s, the majority of the Native Americans in Alabama were forcibly removed from their land to make way for cotton plantations and American expansion. All that remains in many places of these once prominent tribes are pieces of pottery and the occasional arrowhead. We moved over to what we fondly call Pottery Field, and we're starting to pick up some shards of pottery. What's neat is over here sometimes you can find some that have really nice designs on it, and that's kind of what we're looking for today. But there again, these fields have not been plowed, so it's making it really difficult to look in these little bitty patches. If they were plowed up, we'd be finding a ton of stuff. Let's see if we can find any with designs on it where we can show y'all. So right next to the field that we're hunting, it's actually completely surrounded by swamp. And you can see how the Native Americans could have thrived here because there's an abundance of wildlife. It really is a really pretty place here. Alright, so here's a piece. It's not really a major design, but you can tell where they drug their thumbnail across it right there, which is really neat. And you can also tell where that one has been fired with the black on it. As a kid, I came here over 20 years ago and all of this was plowed, and it seems like we used to spend every Sunday afternoon out here finding arrowheads and pottery. We had literally buckets and buckets of this pottery that had designs on it, and I haven't been out here in years and years, but I remember dreaming of going into that wooded section over there and finding this pottery hole, which would have been amazing. But it just makes you wonder why so many pieces of the Native American pottery got left behind and crushed and crumbled. If they had to leave in a hurry and somebody smashed it, or I just don't see them breaking that much. It's definitely interesting. Either way, I think we're about to head back towards the truck and we'll show you everything that we found. Okay guys, after several fields today, we ended up ending the day on a high note with some nice pieces of pottery. Sadly, Dad and Russ had to go ahead and leave, so I don't have Russ's finds or any of my dad's finds except for that bird point over here that he found, which is really neat. Russ was headed east. He's going to be heading out on a nice Civil War hunt the next day or so. Y'all be sure to check his channels out. That's RB's Variety Channel and The Roads We Roam. I'll put links to both those below so y'all can check them out. He's got some pretty cool videos coming out. Y'all won't want to miss them. The metal detecting side of things was slow today. There was a group dig where we were digging about a week ago there, so it had been picked out pretty clean. That was a nice piece of a plow though that I found. These pieces of pottery are just a few. We had too much to carry out, but you can see the ones that have like the thumbnail drag lines on them. Pretty neat. Maybe I'm seeing things, but that looks like a little man on there. It's pretty neat. Arrowheads were probably the highlight of the day. Dad's nice little bird point, sadly with the tip gone. Mine had the bottom gone. That is a nice bottom to one, and this looks like it would have been a nice side. It was definitely worked. I picked this up just to show y'all what the flint rock looks like before it's actually hammered and chiseled out. So that's what it would have looked like. That's what they would have started with. But you can't win them all. But I had a fun day with these guys. We had a good time out there and had some good association. But in either case, we'll catch you in the next video. If y'all will, please like and subscribe.